Hi y'all, Bendy Stitchy here, Michelle Garrett. No, wait, that's wrong. Fooled ya! Tomorrow's April Fool's. Anyways, wasn't that deja vu for a minute? I always every time I hear her say that, I know exactly what she's going to say. So, it's Gerald here for my weekly Stitch with me. Happy Easter if you're watching this not on the regularly scheduled day. If you're watching it post-Easter, happy belated Easter. As you can see, I'm stitching on my London by Thea Governor. I am actually stitching this a little early in the week and pre-filming so that I can get it ready to go because I am traveling for Easter. And I'm hoping to get this done before it gets too dark. You guys actually still have pretty good lighting, but I'm having kind of it's a little dark for me for lighting to stitch, but I will make do. So anyways, I was talking to Michelle earlier today, and that's what made me think of her opening to her channel. Or her Stitch With Me's. So anyways, hi Michelle. But so I hope you all had a wonderful week and you're enjoying your weekly Stitch marathon. If you are doing your Stitch marathon with Friday Off the Grid, go check out the group. If you are, remember to stay positive in the group. You know, it's always important to uphold the values of the group, and one of the biggest things that Caroline set forth in the group is to remain positive and to remember that everyone is there for different reasons, and so we want to keep in mind that, you know, we keep it open for those who want to look at pictures and chat about cross stitch and knitting and whatever fiber artsy craft we want to talk about. Nope, that's not right. So, but you know, it's a great group to look at pictures and to encourage each other and to get positive vibes for your projects and just to be encouraged. So, go check it out. Okay, how do I want to proceed here? Let's go. So as you can see, I'm currently working on Parliament of the London. I've been able to finish, if you saw my update on Wednesday, I finished the section, the middle section of St. Paul's Cathedral, except for the backstitch. I'm not sure if I'm going to wait until the end to do the backstitch, or the problem is that buildings go on to different sections of, or different pages of the pattern. So it's kind of a challenge to do the backstitch. I'm probably going to have to wait until I get towards the end before I do all the backstitch. But luckily this project doesn't have a whole lot of backstitch on it. So shouldn't be too big of an issue. So I thought I would talk a little bit today about just some Easter traditions in my family, or memories of Easter holiday traditional things that my family or myself did or does on Easter. Easter is one of the, I guess you could say, trifecta holidays in my family. Growing up in a devout home, My dad being a minister, I being the son of a preacher man. You going to church is an integral part of holidays, especially whenever they're Christian holidays. So for me, while many people, the big things about the holidays are the candy and the baskets and all those things for Easter. For me, I don't know. For me, the going to church and hearing the music on Easter Sunday would always be the highlight for me for Easter. So, because Easter music is in at least in my church was always really upbeat and uplifting and positive and happy and bright and loud, and I love loud church music, loud organ music and in your face. So that has always been something, that I think of, and getting up at the crack of dawn to go to sunrise service, which I don't even know if a lot of churches have anymore, because at least the churches that I'm around don't have it. So we would get up, super, super early and go to sunrise service and listen to, the music, and then have breakfast at church. And then we would have our regular service. And then we would finally get to go home and do all the work of making the dinner. Well, my mom would have to do all the work of making the dinner for the family for Easter. And our Easter dinner consisted of typically of ham. And then all the other sides are always the same sides that we have at every holiday. So we would have mashed potatoes, if I remember correctly, green beans, egg noodles, because we always have, being a German family, we always had egg noodles, and then we always had mashed potatoes as well. And I know not every German family does that, but we always had mashed potatoes and egg noodles, and we put them on top of each other. And I am looking forward to that this holiday. I have not had that since Thanksgiving, and that is my favorite. I don't even care about the meat. I want the noodles on top of the mashed potatoes. And then at some point throughout the day, I don't remember when we did it, if it was before we went to church in the early morning, or if it was after we came back from church, we would get our basket. And of course, it had the typical Cadbury eggs and Peeps. Yes, Danielle, I like Peeps. They are my favorite. I like them better than Cadbury eggs. Peeps are my favorite Easter candy. There are people who love Peeps. I hope you didn't crash your car when you heard that. Now I have to find where I'm at. Okay. Now here's what do I want to do? So, and then of course it had different other things in it as well. I can clearly remember one of the most vivid Easters Easter gifts I got was my very first cassette tape. And it was Billy Joel, River of Dreams. No, I got 2 cassette tapes that year, I think. I got a cassette tape player, and it was Billy Joel, River of Dreams, and it was a cassette of Johann Sebastian Bach music. Yes, people, I have wildly eclectic tastes. And now I have River of Dreams on a CD, but I don't even have a CD player anymore to play my CDs on because everything is MP3 and download or, live streaming. So it's like, what do you do with your CD players now? Or your CDs now? It's crazy. Okay, so we go straight up, except for the last one. Okay. So, but yes, and my favorite song on that Billy Joel CD or cassette tape was track number 2, The Great Wall of China. Was that track number 1? No, I think that was track number 1, The Great Wall of China. So, and I was probably 9 or 10 when I got that cassette tape for Easter. And I think I remember I asked for that because Billy Joel had played at the Grammys and I saw him perform. And I was like, ooh, I want that. Sorry, I just got distracted by Gio on the balcony eating his dinner. And yes, I still do occasionally listen to that soundtrack. Or yeah, that album. I enjoy it. And Johann Sebastian Bach is still my favorite composer. So, tastes are grown young. Also, another gift I got in a basket once was this was when I was really young. I might have been 6 or 7. I got my very first pocket knife, and it was brown, and it had like a wooden. It was like a polished wood. It was small. It was a small pocket knife, and I remember I used to carry that everywhere. Now I don't think you can carry pocket knives anywhere, at least where I live. It's like it would be almost impossible to carry a pocket knife anywhere without, getting it confiscated. But I used to love that pocket knife. Do you think I ever once used that pocket knife? I doubt it, but I carried it everywhere with me. So, where's the whole See, I'm starting to lose light, and it's getting a little bit harder for me to find the holes right now. Just a tad. There we go. For here. So, of course, if you are new to my channel, this is a kit from Thea Governor. It's on 18 count black Aida. I don't mind stitching on Aida. I enjoy stitching on Aida. It's a nice change from the linens. I am stitching this 1/1 as the kit calls for. And I know many people ask me about how do I stitch on black fabrics or dark fabrics, because I do stitch on the dark fabrics a lot and I enjoy the dark fabrics, and actually they don't bother me at all, and I don't even need. I know a lot of people do the tricks of putting a light colored a light towel underneath on their lap, or putting a light behind the stitching so that like their iPad or their phone, so that they have something reflecting through the fabric so they can find the holes. I've gotten to the point where I can just feel. Is that right? 1, 2. I can feel where the holes are. And I just, and I don't have any problem with, it's like it's second nature to me for finding the holes. I can just, I know where they are, and I can just feel where it's at. It's like a sense. Oh, I see. Okay. Three. So I think that's wrong. Do. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here, people. Figured it out. I'm good to go now. There we go. So I know I had spoken about this in my Wednesday update, and I was earlier in the year I had talked about having a goal of getting London and Henry done this year, and I was really stressing in the last couple of weeks out about, those were lofty goals, and I wanted to get those goals done, but the more I look at it, I think I was just stressing myself out so much, and then it was making me get to the point where I didn't want to stitch on them, or I was like avoiding stitching on them because of those goals. So I've come to the conclusion that no, I'm probably not going to get those goals done. That's okay with me, because I know eventually they will get done and I will be happy with that. I just have to find other projects that I can work on in the interim that I can intermix within the larger projects so that I do get those small finishes. And once I do that, I think I will be much more comfortable about these larger pieces, because I do have a lot of larger pieces going at the time. So I'm going to finish down to the bottom of this pinnacle or tower, and this thread, and I'm going to call this video a wrap because I have a lot of other things I need to do tonight. So I thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing, commenting, and supporting my channel, and I will see you next time. So I'm going to finish out the music, and I will enjoy every stitch.